Hello, everyone. Marty Sixteen Wrestlers here, and today we have the King of Atlantis himself, Aquaman, versus the Apex Predator, the Viper, the Legend Killer himself, Randy Orton. Now, who would win? Now, for starters, for anyone wondering, in a combo fight, we're taking place on land. We're not doing it in the beach, not in the water. Just a normal fight where there's literally no water ahead. Because obviously, for those who don't know, and we put this around, like, let's just say a beach or in the water or in a lake or whatever, Aquaman's gonna win very easily. He can just call out fish and all the fish are gonna deal with Orton at that point. But yeah. So that's why in a comic fight, we're just taking place in literally the most non-water areas possible. Who would win? Alright, in terms of who's smarter and better fighter, that's obviously Orton. Again, like I said, every WWE character is going to have intelligence. And in this case, some will get fighting ability, so those two are right off the bat. And after that, Aquaman has every other advantage. So yeah, so who would win? Well, this one's actually a lot tougher compared to others. So, if you're familiar with WWE, Orton is known to be one of the more violent ones. You know, he's meant to be one of the crazier ones. He's basically a lunatic at times. And Aquaman doesn't necessarily have the best track record against lunatics. For instance, he somehow lost to the Joker, and I believe they were underwater. He's lost to Black Manta quite a few times, and yes, some of them were in literally in the water. I believe there's even a photo, or at least a comic page, where Black Manta actually cuts Aquaman's hand, and I believe they're like in some water, so... But yeah, so that's why Aquaman kind of doesn't have the best track record when it comes to fighting lunatics. Now, but who would win? Well, if I had to take a guess, I'm going Randy Orton. And that's simply because, yes, Aquaman is stronger, faster, and more durable, but at the same time, he's lost to Black Manta. He's lost to Batman. He's even lost to the Joker. All three of which, some of them Orton probably won't beat, like Batman, but I'm pretty sure that even Orton would hold his own a little bit better than Aquaman, because in some cases, it's almost like with Joker, it's like it was a straight up curb stomp at times. Sorry. But that's why I'm going to straight up say I think Orton can win. I think his savage nature is a little bit too much for Aquaman, will be too much for Aquaman to handle. Not to mention the many times Orton can go crazy. But what if these guys fight in a WWE ring? Well, in that case, it's actually a lot tougher. I mean, Orton has beaten many wrestlers throughout his decade, and he's fought Undertaker. Yes, he's actually fought him, even at WrestleMania, but it was when he was in his Legend Killer persona. He's beaten Triple H multiple times. He's beaten John Cena multiple times. But with Aquaman, yeah. Again, Orton is a much better fighter, and I think he would probably know how to deal with Aquaman better than Aquaman would with Randy Orton. I mean, if there's any advantage Aquaman has against Randy Orton, maybe is the fact that he's just physically superior. But that's not going to help him. This is kind of like, this is what I meant by saying Flash vs. Christian, where not every fight is different. Aquaman is physically superior to Randy Orton. Yeah, I can't really think of a way Aquaman can actually win this match. I really can't. Unlike with Flash and Christian, where Flash was actually physically superior and Barry actually won that match, compared to here where it's like Aquaman is physically superior, but I'm trying to figure out a way. Because with Orton, I can actually think of multiple ways he can defeat Aquaman. And it's actually a vicious, deadly move called punt. It's like punt kick in the skull. This is like an instant KO finishing move. I'm almost confident no wrestler has actually kicked out of it. Means if nobody's kicked out of it, Aquaman will probably be the first to kick out, maybe a few of them. But then I'm pretty sure Orton would just have to punt kick in the skull again and again and again, until at that point Aquaman's defeated. Not to mention, like I said, Randy Orton is a lunatic, and Aquaman does not have the best track record against lunatics. Like I said, he's lost to Black Manta, to the Joker even, and those guys are lunatics. Yes, Black Manta is a lunatic, for those who don't know. So, who would win? King of Atlantis or the Viper? And in this case, I'm going with Randy Orton. Randy Orton is going to win this one. Like I said, I try to be like, who would realistically win? Most people would probably say Aquaman, since it's not much of a fight, but when you actually look into it, you gotta also look at their disadvantages. Aquaman has lost. Yes, Aquaman has beaten Superman and is faster than Superman underwater. But then again, that's underwater. On land is different. Again, the thing with Aquaman fights, you have to put them in a neutral area. That means on land. Because if, for instance, let's just say we put this in where there's water. Let's just say that. Aquaman will then win. He's too powerful. Randy Orton has no real advantage. And that's why, Aquaman's actually one of the hard when it comes to, like, fights, actually. But yeah, I think in a one-on-one on land, no water area around, Randy Orton, the Apex Predator, will in fact beat the King of Atlantis. Well, that's all the time I have for today. Like, share, and subscribe. We're almost at 190 subscribers. Continue subscribing. I want to hit 200 subscribers before the end of the year. Fingers crossed. But yeah, like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.